Well, hello, my lovely goddesses. How are you all today? It's Motivation Monday, and we're here to share some trusted facts about body shape change and all things female empowerment, goal setting, whatever it is that you need to help you to achieve your body shape change and lifestyle change goals here at Warrior Goddess Kettlebell Training. So, as people are joining us live, you are most welcome. Do let us know where you're coming from. Happily give you a shout out. But as you're doing that, I will introduce myself. My name is Lisa Barwise, and I consider myself a wellness alchemist. That means I'm the kick-ass catalyst in the transformation of women around the world to become stronger of mind, body, and character. And I'm the creator of Warrior Goddess Kettlebell Training and our online Warrior Goddess Body shape change programs. And I'm here to share with you this piece of information. The thing that we need to unpack and discuss today, because I hear it so often, and especially now that we're right smack bang in the middle of our 6-week transformation unicorn challenge that we have with all our challengers, that this topic is coming up again, which is the starvation binge cycle. What is it? Why do we do it? What can we do to break free from it, etc. Okay, so why I want to talk about this today is that this is what I see time and time again. A lot of the time women think that it's not that they overeat. It's not that, the reason why they have added weight or overweight or don't have the body shape that they want. A lot of the time, it's not that they perceive that they're eating a lot of food, okay? In fact, what I tend to see time and again, and let me tell you a story. In fact, let me get deep inside your mind and see if this is something that could relate to you. So you start your day and you wake up and you think, right, okay, I've got to keep going, got to get the kids ready, got to get things sorted, and maybe you don't know, should I have some breakfast, should I not? Maybe I'm just too busy, actually, I'll just skip breakfast, don't really need breakfast, it'll be fine. Sure, they say that it's okay, fasting and all that there, I'll skip breakfast. So by the time then you are thinking about eating, it's getting close to lunchtime, and at this point, you have ran a marathon in your life, getting kids ready, getting everybody else sorted, getting yourself ready for work, driving, commuting, even if that commute is upstairs into a spare bedroom or whatever it is. Then you think, okay, I'll have something for lunch. And then you say to yourself, well, I need to be good, right? So I need to make a good choice for what I'm going to have for lunch. So being good generally falls in the category of a salad or a soup or something that's low calorie, or, maybe you're like, oh, I'll just have, I'll just have a shake, or I'll just have X, Y, and Z, right? So the first meal of the day is something very light and very little, and then you have that because you're trying to be good. Or you're not really sure what to eat. Maybe you have allergies, maybe you have IBS, maybe you don't really know, should I be eating this, should I be eating that? And you don't know how that's all going to work for you, right? So you just opt for something really simple. Or if you're in a hurry, it turns into a sandwich, right? There we go. So then it gets through to in the middle of the day, you're drinking loads of cups of coffee, you're maybe hungry, but you don't really know, because you're either drinking loads of cups of coffee, you're drinking loads of cups of tea, you're maybe having, diet drinks or all of that sort of stuff. And then it gets to dinner time. Now, dinner time becomes more about everybody else rather than you, right? Because you got to get the kids' dinners ready. You got to get something that everybody likes, not everybody likes. Sometimes it's a big battle. You don't know who you're making it for. It takes a lot of time and energy. You're already quite grumpy and exhausted. You've crashed down from all that caffeine from earlier. So what you tend to do is make something that the kids are going to like, that's not really something that you like. You kind of eat stuff off their plates, and when you've got them ready for bed and they're into their bath and they're whatever, then you get to sit down, and then you suddenly go, I'm friggin' starving. I am so hungry, but you have zero energy to do anything, right? You have absolutely zero energy. You've hardly eaten anything all day. You've survived on cups of coffee and, diet drinks or whatever, cups of tea. And you're like, right, let's just order takeaway, or you know what, I'll just shove that pizza in the oven, or I'll have cereal. Literally, right? Come on. How many of you live your life in this regular, what we actually call starvation binge cycle? Now, there's no judgment here. I'm not judging anyone. This is just the way that we do things. We are very busy women. We don't always necessarily prioritize ourselves and our self-care and our eating. And this is the thing that I tend to see. So when women say to me, well, I'm not really eating that much, so why am I putting on all of this weight? Or, I'm just eating crap, right? I get that a lot. I'm just eating crap because they're eating, they know that they're not making good food choices, but they can't see the wood for the trees. So what is happening and why is this causing you to have excess weight, right? And a lot of the time we're confused. We think that if we're, overweight or if we have excess weight, that we're eating too much. And a lot of the time women are saying to me, but I'm not eating a lot. Like I really don't really eat that much, but I might, and I'm not often that hungry, but I'm probably drinking a good half a liter to a liter of, Diet Coke or some sort of, diet drink, or I've had about 5 or 6 cups of coffee, right? Okay. Both of these that contain caffeine are appetite suppressants, and the other element is the artificial sweeteners also mess with your hormone and hunger hormones in the brain as well. So here is what is missing from this scenario. It's a complete mindset shift. So I want you, if you're multitasking, if you're not paying attention, I want you to come back and listen to this, ladies. Your goal in life is to eat for energy, right? Energy management is the answer to everything. So if you're like, no, but I need time management skills. I need to be better organized. I need to be, there's not enough time in the day for me to do all these things for my kids, plus work out, plus do food. No, right? It's not that you're lacking time, because we all have the same 24 hours. And yes, some of us might have 3 kids or 4 kids or 1 kid or a job or X, Y, and Z, but we all still have the 24 hours. The thing that you need to management and be better with is energy management, right? And this tied in with that is your blood sugar levels, your hormones, your actual physical energy, and the appetite and your metabolism. And that all gets thrown in here. So we're going to unpack that a little bit. But this is what I want for you. When you eat, you get energy from the calories you consume, right? Now, yes, it's true that if you eat more than you're burning, you will put on excess weight. But in my experience of women, we don't necessarily understand that calculation. We don't understand that we are actually eating more because we think we're not eating, it's okay for me to have a pizza or a takeaway, right? Or I'll just drink this bottle of wine instead, which still has calories and carbs, by the way. So it's not that you're just not noticing the calories that you're consuming, and the calories that you're consuming are not fueling you for energy. You need to eat good, nutritious, blessing, whole food loveliness with looking at the macro content of your food, carbs and proteins and fats, and drinking water, of course. And that's going to give you energy, right? It's also going to boost your metabolism. When you eat in the right way, eating the right thing at the right time for the right reason, as we call it, then you will boost your metabolism, which will help your body to naturally start to burn fat. Then you will have enough energy to not only prep more deliciously lovely, wonderful food, but have enough energy to then prioritize a workout or and doing heavy, doing strength training so you can build more muscle, which will ultimately boost your metabolism, which will ultimately help you to lose fat. Okay? Do you see where this is going? So it's not that you are probably overeating in your mind, because you are still overeating, because there's the binge part of the starve binge cycle. But what you're doing is not eating the right type of food at the right time and for the right reason. We want you to eat for energy, because energy is the finite resource that we all have, especially if you're women over 40 that have lacking energy, we're fatigued, we've got so many different responsibilities and different hats that we wear. It's so vital that we manage our energy. So what is the answer to the starvation binge cycle? Strangely enough, it's following an eating plan and understanding that it's about eating for energy. You need to eat regularly to manage your blood sugar levels. You also, which in turn impacts your hormones, which in turn impacts your energy. See how that all works? Then you also need to eat at the right time. So it's really understanding that within 1 hour of waking up, it's really important to boost your metabolism and get that extra 30% boost of the metabolism by eating within an hour of waking, getting 30 grams of protein within an hour of waking. That's really important as well. Then you have when you're eating regularly throughout the day and choosing what to eat regularly throughout the day. And then you're not going to be reliant on that coffee and those fizzy drinks. What you're going to be relying on is the food that you're eating to bless and nourish your body with high nutritious and high macro content food. So we're talking whole foods and proteins and fats and carbs. Yeah, okay, no processed stuff. And then by doing that, you'll have more energy to want to cook more, to then want to do your workouts, and then you will have more time and energy to repeat the cycle. A lot of the time we think that exercise needs to be exhausting. So we're exhausting ourselves with exercise. We're not eating enough food, and I see this more than eating too much. We're not eating enough of the right types of food, and therefore we have zero energy to do anything. We're just burnt out, we're fatigued, and then we end up with high toxic loads, hormone imbalances, stressed out the bazoo, and we're not achieving. And then we just look at our bodies and go, what the hell, right? So here's the thing. What I want you to think about is a toddler, right? So this will work for all my mummies out there, but also for anybody who's babysat a toddler. What happens to it with a toddler if you don't feed the toddler regularly, right? They throw tantrums. They have blood, or if you give them the wrong sorts of food, right? Too much sugar, or you stave them off and then feed them really a lot, they tend to have spikes in energy, or spikes in basically their blood sugar levels, right? So if you treat your body like a toddler, so you're not a toddler, I get it. Your brain is more advanced than that, but our bodies aren't really. Our bodies are like walking toddlers. They need to be fed at the right time for the right reason. They need to be exercised, and they need to rest at the right time as well. This will help you to help your inner toddler grow, which is like the lean muscle that we want you to build. Just like when a toddler grows, they go through a lot of growth spurts. They have a lot of growth hormone going on. So we want you to make sure, so you wouldn't let a toddler fast, would you? Right? And yes, we are a proponent of intermittent fasting, but we do it differently, and that's a whole other video. So what I want you to do is think of your body like a toddler. You wouldn't feed that toddler X number of loads of caffeine. You wouldn't feed it loads of Diet Pepsi, okay? You would feed it at regular intervals throughout the day. You'd be conscious of what you're feeding it in terms of protein and vegetables, and making sure it drinks loads of water, or in this case milk, but water for you. And then you would make sure it's fed regularly, and then you would rest within that time, okay? And exercise. That's it, right? That will help you to move away from the starvation binge cycle, because as women, we need to set these boundaries and priorities for ourselves. If we are not healthy, have high energy, are doing what we need to do to look and feel amazing, then how are we being role models for our families? We're not, right? Okay, I know, harsh truth, but you needed to hear it today. So that's my answer to the starvation binge cycle. Think of your body like a toddler's, okay? That's what you want to do. You want to feed it regularly, rest it regularly, make sure it's drinking loads of liquids, and of course it needs to be exercised, just like you building your lean muscle. And if you look after yourself and caretake your body in this way, watch the changes happen very quickly and manage that energy. It's an amazing thing. You can also take naps too, just like a toddler would. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me live. We're going to be live every single week for the next couple of weeks around about the 1:30 p.m. time, here on our Warrior Goddess page. If you want to find out a little bit more about what we do, how we're helping with our 6-week challengers, we're going to be opening up our 6-week challenge again in a couple of weeks to take on new members. We're also opening up and getting ready for our Sexy Strong 12-month program too. So I can't wait for you guys to be a part of that. So until then, have a wonderful week. I look forward to connecting with you all same time, same place next week. But until then, bye for now. Peace out.